The old technology has fallen, and the terraformers lay as scrap across the desert. Society has fallen into disrepair. Join the Grease Rats, a renegade group of scamps, as they fight bandits and smugglers, survive the harsh conditions, and attempt to take control of Emperor Tengu's fiefdom. This is Kenshi. We find our heroes in the southern city of Khatun. We have Grenner, the bastard son of Emperor Tengu. We have Farben, a disgruntled daimyo from the UC, and Scuttle, a mangy vagrant turned poet turned arm wrestling champion turned vagrant. They live this embittered life in the United Cities, or the UC for short, and it's run by guys like this. A small group of nobles born into nobility rule with absolute power, vast wealth, and limitless freedom. And he's telling me to grovel. I mean, you'd think he could afford a better outfit. You see, here in the UC, we're slowly rebuilding the wasteland and bringing back the kind of civilized and ordered life for humanity that only hard work can accomplish, with labor and sweat equity. But you need a squad for those things, so let's see if there's anyone in this bar that we can recruit. And we've got Byrne here, who is evidently exactly who I'm looking for, but she wants 3,000 cats? So we are going to do that because I'm basically already out of money. So let's see who else. Oh look, it's Gwen Stefani. Oh yeah, check out this little guy, Ankh. He's kind of cute. He appears to be some sort of an ex-warrior or something, or maybe like a warmonger. It looks like. Trained never to use one's skill. That's a sham. There's no peace in this world, and if there is, it's forged. Wow. Perhaps there was a reason for those actions. And again, he wants like 7,500 cats, and I simply don't have it, so we're going to move on. And that's a shame because he is kind of cute. He's got a lot of character. He's got that nice flat head on top. Too bad. Yes, life in the UC sucks. The only way to thrive here, other than drowning your sorrows in grog, is to turn in bounties, enslave the starving farmers, or steal. Now, we're not going to get into the slave trade, so let's go knock off a convenience store. Oh, and I forgot to name our squad, so let's go in and do that real quick. Otherwise, it's just going to say nameless the whole time. So let's change it to the Grease Rats. And so let's pop into the little Home Depot here on the corner and see what they've got. Looks like got a substantial amount of cats here. Got some building materials, blueprints. That could be an option. He does have a safe here, but we have no chance of picking the lock. Plus, there's a guard. So Scuttle's gonna head on over to the mom and pop convenience store here. It is central to the neighborhood's character. We can see that it's run by a guy named Barth. Oh, he's got 600,000 cats. This might be a good place to start. There's only one thing standing in our way. And so Grenner is going to go knock off the Home Depot. And this is totally acceptable because there was a total financial and ecological collapse on the moon of Kenshi, which led to the failure of all social structures. Of course, we don't want to get caught, so we need this little eye thing to turn blue, which it's not doing. Getting caught would be embarrassing, and death by embarrassment is only slightly behind death by crab in the encyclopedia of embarrassing ways to die in Kenshi. And as you can see, it's not really working because our stealth skill is not high enough, and I had a vision that I would be like moving through the darkness unseen by my foes, like, you know, an enshrouded thief stealing supplies and food, but it didn't really work like that. Actually, I saw a few safes on the second floor of the bar earlier, so let's go check it out. And yes, is it unfair to the small business to steal from them? Sure, but, well, let me just pause a second and pay tribute to the barkeeps of Kenshi. The barkeeps of Kenshi have the pride, passion, preparation, professionalism, and presentation that it takes to run a good bar in the wasteland. They've also got the memory skills to build a rapport to help their customers feel welcome. They can also lift heavy stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can grab from these safes here. Looks like we have a backpack that could be useful, about an 80% chance to steal that. The thing is, you don't want to get too greedy, so the food, and we can leave it. And in this one we have a bounty poster for Tin Fist, who is worth about 50,000 cats. There's no stealing chance, so I think we're good to go ahead and take it. Oh, shit. And as you can see, the stealing chance was not high enough, so we got caught, the alarm got raised, Grenner's in trouble. The moon of Kenshi is dying, poised on the brink of falling to one of these lackluster factions out there. You see what hunger, hatred, domination, oblivion, and ruin have driven us to? We're taking some pretty heavy damage from the UC police, so let's just get out of town. I definitely didn't expect the playthrough to go this way, but that's the world of Kenshi. I think if we lived in the world of Kenshi, a lot of the values that we hold in high regard in our society would quickly become obsolete. I think the morally justifiable theft would be widespread. We've got about 10 Imperial police on our tail. There's no way we can take them down. I'm not going to drink the Imperial Kool-Aid, so let's see if we can take some cover in these ruins. And at what point do you just wash your hands of the situation? Come on. Anyway, come on, stay strong, amigos. Yeah, so we actually need to flee as far away as possible from this, so let's go to the next town over. It's called Morn. I don't know anything about it, but... Oh, and they just took down Grenner. He's supposed to be the hero of the story, so hopefully he doesn't die. But, oh well, it just goes to show you that, you know, in the world of Kenshi, anything can happen. And it looks like, well, he did sustain some pretty serious injuries, that he's just playing dead, so I think we might be good. So the trick is going to be getting away from these guys. Oh, what the hell is that? The skin spiders have come to our rescue. Who would have guessed? All workers who struggle for a better life, and that includes the skin spiders, are threatened when the police are used to violently suppress us. At this point, we really just have this one samurai police officer to take down, so let's just finish him off. And actually, this scene, it feels like Hidden Fortress, or like the Throne of Blood, or something like that. And now that we've kicked his ass, let's go check on Grenner. He made it. We're good. Except he's like totally riddled with arrows, but that's okay. Let's go to Morn now. The grease rats are going to stop off at Morn to heal up, get supplies, and maybe even find a squad member or two. And then they're going to keep heading north into the Great Desert. Granted, a bit earlier than expected. Don't forget that Grenner is the bastard son of Emperor Tengu, and Scuttle has vowed to help him get to the Great Desert. And you have to ask yourself why. Does Scuttle have his own agenda? It'll be a tough road ahead. Mutated creatures and raiders and robotic soldiers are going to try to stop us at every turn in our quest of salvage and survival, but here we go. I sometimes forget just how long it takes to travel from point A to point B. Oh look, a big thing was following us the whole time. Morn is a friendly town, run by a small team of mercenaries. It attracts a lot of different people fleeing from the oppression of the Holy Nation to the northwest, and kind of surrounded by the menace of the UC. And pioneers such as this confident gentleman here come to Morn to find a new life. He's a rogue shinobi trader, so let's see what he's peddling here and maybe pass off a few of our goods and make some extra cats. Can't really afford any of that, and I don't really have anything, at least in Grenner's inventory, that I can sell off immediately. Let's see if there's anyone else that we can talk to here. Looks like we have someone named Mortez. Let's see what he's up to. He says that he wants to skip town, that he's a nobody. Sounds like a non-conformist vagrant type, just like me. 3,000 fuck it, let's do it. So that's our first squad member. Mortez has thrown his support behind the smallest of factions and will no doubt follow us from the bustling boom towns to the most remote wilderness of Kenshi. Now let's go ahead and get Grenner a bed at the end so that he can heal these wounds, and let's go check on Scuttle and Farbin. And we've got Farbin here putting his, you know, Imperial prisoner in a prison of his own. Yeah, so maybe the big things driven by their insatiable hunger and their sense of humor will finish him off. So let's head into the bar and let's sell off some of our stuff, make a few cats, and go explore the town and see what's out there. Actually, you know, I keep seeing these things. I don't know what they are, but they're kind of cute. Farbin wanted to explore this strange outpost here. Under the ruins of the crashed space station, I think. So let's pick this lock and head in and see if there's any old tech or anything that we could salvage. We have a small statuette of the Emperor Tech Hunter's notes, which I will let you pause the video to read that, and ancient map of Avalon. And the map has actually added a new location to the world, northeast of the Great Desert. I've played Kenshi for probably like 400 hours, and I've never seen this place, so we may end up going there after the Great Desert. Oh, and we've actually got a couple more locations on the map around the Sten Desert too. Okay, so upstairs we have some old tech, scrap, and capacitors and things like that that we can kind of collect and then sell. At this point, at this stage of the game, anything to make cats is going to be super useful, because in a typical Kenshi playthrough, the best thing to do is just to build up the athletic skill by running around and start to mine the nodes, you know, get your copper and sell your copper, things like that. So this is a little bit different, and yeah, actually finding all this tech is super helpful. I think that's about all Farben can carry at the moment, so let's head back down and try to sell off some of the... Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Alright, it's a great white gorilla, so we're gonna need the whole squad for this. Even Mortez. I think what we're gonna do to take this thing down is sneak over with Farben, pull the great white gorilla into the squad on the ramp of the outpost, and then lead it into the mercenaries and into the regular citizens of Morn. And so that way we can kind of take it down together. Alright, so we're sneaking over. It's kind of working a lot better than I expected, but that's okay. I don't want to just sneak past it because it might have some good loot on it, so we're gonna attack it unprovoked. Oh, and he's coming. I don't think I can take it out alone. Nope, turn, go. So let's grab the rest of the squad here, go into the outpost. Let's see, yeah, he went up to the second floor. Alright. So we got him, let's attack him. Oh, he hits pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, we're taking some damage. And he's really not, so we're just gonna get out of here. We can't take it down. Oh. So let's head back to the bar. We'll try to sell off a few of the things that we got from the outpost. And then what we want to do is keep heading north to the Great Desert. Eventually, we're going to find Emperor Tengu. So let's do that by way of a place called Flats Lagoon, which is actually just slightly to the north of here. Let's go. The evidence was clear the entire time, but without definitive proof, the scientific community never believed us. I'm just going to come right out and say it because someone's got to. Albino land bats. It is a shame that we had to make this journey at night, because it is a really beautiful walk. You get pretty close to Venge, which is like a really dangerous area, and I'm sure we'll see it in the next episode, but anyway, no spoilers. And Flats Lagoon still stands, an oil-stained beacon of hope, part refuge, part asylum. Beset by dangers from both within and without, the city is part diesel punk and part dark science on the moon of Kenshi. Here, you can find all manner of drug dealers, spies, and saboteurs. It's one of my favorite cities. First things first, let's go check out the bar, see if there's any interesting characters. It's always a good idea to stop off at the bar first, because you can find pirates, bounty hunters, prospectors, smugglers, merchants, and, you know, other such shady factions from the fringes of Kenshi civilization. So let's see who we've got here. We have a UC pacifier, just in case we needed to pay off, I guess, you know, the UC faction and make them like us again. We have Chad. Oh, look at Chad. It's a freaking ninja. Oh, man. We gotta get him. He will definitely help us in our quest to reshape the ruins of Kenshi to fit our philosophy. And he's got some great stats, too. 150% athletics. 20 mile per hour run speed is pretty good. And it also looks like we've got another one of these creeps. So we can actually use him to offload some of the stuff that we don't need, make a few extra cats like before. I think this is the stuff that we stole from the outpost back in Mort. Yeah, the capacitor, the small emperor statue. We probably don't need many of those books, but I'm going to hold on to them for right now anyway. Alright, let's go talk to Chad and see if we can recruit him. Got into a pit gang fight. Obviously, he's a hard ass. He's just taking some time here to rest. I like you. Join me. Let's see if we can get him to join here. And he wants 9,000 cats, of course. So we can't afford that. And there's someone else over here named Anpu. He's a skeleton, actually. I think he might be the first one that we've seen so far. I'm Anpu, a retired general to the skeleton army. Left ages ago. A general? As in you served the Mad Catlon? Precisely. I was known as Anpu the Death God. Wow, he's very intense. So let's see if we can recruit him. Are you good in combat? Oh, doesn't cost anything. So we're gonna recruit him. That was a freebie. So let's just quickly customize him a bit. Yeah, some of the skeleton like character models and stuff, they look awkward with the clothing on, so I always like to go in and just do a few little changes here and there. Alright, there he is. So we have 5 people in the squad now. The grease rats are growing. In Anpu's inventory we have some skeleton repair kits, which we don't need all 4 of these right now. I mean, it's like basically a skeleton med kit. So we can, oh, and he's got some masterwork grade armor there, which is actually going to come in handy. Anyway, let's go sell off a couple of these skeleton repair kits. Yes. See, we already made 4,000. Let's just sell 3. Alright, so let's go on ahead and browse through the wares here. We got some cactus juice. Let's go. You know, do we need that? No, let's see what else we got. Camping plus, we have hash. Oh, look, a specialist grade cigar. And look at those stats. And again, is stealing wrong? Sure. Grenner knows that he's gonna have to cross the Great Desert soon and confront dangerous enemies in a number of bizarre scenarios. And each day, crooked outlaws and samurai, savage beasts and skeletons turn the streets of Kenshi into a war zone as they fight for dominance and for its survival. So one stolen cigar is not gonna make a difference here. Alright. So I've got the cigar, and I thought the person best suited to wear it would be Scuttle. He just looks like a badass. He's like so blasé about everything, including smoking the cigar. And I did notice one more thing up here. I noticed a blueprint that was worth like 20,000 cats. I've actually never seen that one before. So I'm gonna go on ahead and see if we can grab. Oh, we got it. Okay, so that was close. Yeah, it's the blueprint for the Lagoon platform. So let's just go on ahead and sell that off here. This guy has enough money there. Okay, we got 25,000 cats. The reason that I did that is because Chad, right? Chad costs 9,000 cats, and I want him to go on ahead and join me. So let's bring him on. He's hired. Boom, we got him. And so with these two, we actually have a very solid starter squad. And Chad is especially cool because he's, you know, an adventurer, and he's got a gift for getting in and out of trouble. It seems like he thrives on conflict and misfortune, trusting only his luck and cunning to survive. Guys, I can't believe it. We got our full squad. They're far from perfect, but our little band of thieves is as likely to be the herald of Kenshi's destruction as it is to be its saviors as we inch closer and closer to the Great Desert. Join us next time when our non-conformist vagrant types take umbrage with other dropouts and misfits with whom they share low value on the broken moon of Kenshi.